Hello, this is Jason P. Wilson 01 X-Force, and these are reviews of some trades that I think are definitely important for everyone to pick up in one form or another. And to start off with that, by the way, these are all my softbacks. I'd already done an overview of my hardbacks. So these are the issues that I have in softback, and I definitely recommend you picking them up in softback or hardback. But the reason why I would say softback for these particular ones is because you get them at a lot lower price. So first up, I will be doing my independents, and first here is the first story arc, Volume 1 of Morningglories. Now this is Image, and Morningglories is a real hot comic for Image right now, and it is very difficult to pick up any of these in their original single issues, and if you did get them, you'd be overpaying for them anyway. Great thing about Image is they pop out good quality softback covers, and they pop them out at a fantastic price. Now, this is the first volume. I believe it's 6 or 7 issues, and it is $9.99. Definitely well worth. This is worth picking up at 15 or 16. So at $10, absolutely, this is a must buy for anyone who even is slightly interested in Morningglories. It's obviously there's a big buzz, and after this volume, I started picking up the single issues, but I still will be picking up the volume 2 when it comes out. In fact, it may even be out already, but I haven't picked it up yet. But I recommend you picking up Morningglories Volume 1 absolutely right now. Okay, next up for my independent is my last one here, and this is by another independent comic, and they're called Avatar, and they put out this fantastic series. It's called Absolution, and it is extremely well told story, and this, by the way, this is for mature audiences only. I see the price of this one is $24, so it's kind of expensive, but you can find it online for a lot cheaper. I think I got this for like half that, and brand new, and I was glad I did. Extremely interesting characters. It's almost like a Watchmen type storytelling, where these people have superpowers, but they're crossing the line between what it is to be a hero and what it means just to be a vigilante with superpowers. Definitely violent, definitely some sexual content, very hard hitting. There's no holds bar here. I mean, these superheroes are not like Superman or anything like that. These are more like what Batman would really see if Batman was like an M-rated book. This is the kind of horrible things Batman would see. In fact, I would say it's kind of like Rorschach from Watchmen. When he's on the streets, he sees the most evil of men and what they're capable of. And that is what these heroes have to deal with. And there's definitely lots of gray, not a lot of black and white, there's a lot of gray. You identify with the heroes crossing the line. There's also some villains that you kind of identify with. So this is very good. I recommend this to everyone that is of certain age. I would say 16 and up. It's really good, and it's very interesting. Recommend this in trade. Okay, with that, I will start with my Marvels. First up, I mentioned this particular volume when I was showing my hardbacks, and this is Ultimate Spider-Man, the Ultimate Collection. I definitely recommend picking up the Ultimate Collections rather than the other ones. This is the first 13 issues. I definitely want to pick up the other Ultimate Collections, but this is the only one I have so far. I got this for brand new for like $5. It was a great deal online. So obviously, Ultimate Spider-Man is great. Now this is where it all started. This is the beginning, and even though it's not as good as the current Ultimate Spider-Man, this is a very long running series. So this is like a long time ago. I'm not even sure the exact date, but like 10 years ago, perhaps, something like that. But still, It holds up very well. It's very good, and it's definitely great value in picking up in this Ultimate collection. Okay, next up is Marvel's Civil War. This is the main series written by Miller, and it's a great price, and it's a great story. Artwork is good, and you don't really need to get all that side stuff. This is the real only thing you want to read. This is the way I read Civil War. I didn't pick up the singles. I got back into comics after it already ended, but the trades had come out, I think, recently. So I picked it up brand new in soft cover, and I really enjoyed it. It was really fun. It was a good read. And this just reminded me, this is probably the best way to pick up events. Events are really, they really can drain from your wallet if you try to pick them up all, especially all the singles and all the side stories and stuff. But this way, when they come out in trade, Marvel comes out in trade really fast. So I'm more likely to pick up DC in singles, their events, more than Marvel, because DC isn't as good about coming out with their trades, where Marvel puts out more trades than anybody else, faster than anybody else. So for the most part, whenever Marvel has an event, I go, you know what, I'll just pick up a trade. And I would have to say it's the best way to do it. Very good. Civil War, recommend it. Next up is Deadpool. I'm forgetting which volume it is. I think it's volume 3. Yes, volume 3. Now, there's a lot of Deadpool volumes. I recommend all of them. But this is one of my favorites. The funny thing about when you pick up a trade like this is there's usually different artists before the end. So you usually have maybe one story arc or multiple story arcs. And with Deadpool, they really get a lot of different artists jumping on back and forth. So some artists you might like, some you might not like, but you'll always like, at least I do, Deadpool. Deadpool is a hilarious character, and you can tell by the cover, this is him becoming an Xmen, XX baby, as you can see with his hilarious uniform he has over his Deadpool uniform, and the expressions there of the X-Men. It's great. It's definitely my favorite part of this book is when he joins the X-Men. The artwork is fantastic. I forget which artist that is, but that artist is particularly good. The beginning of this is still really funny, but the artwork I don't really like as much. But when he joins the X-Men, that's when it really gets hilarious and fun. And I definitely recommend picking up X Marks the Spot, Volume 3 of Deadpool in trade. Okay, next up is Uncanny X-Men, and this is the birth of Generation Hope. Doesn't really have a volume or anything. Now, I picked this up originally because I started reading Generation Hope, the ongoing series, after I read the events of Second Coming, and Second Coming was fantastic. Again, I don't have that here, but I recommend you picking that up in hardback or trade or softback trade, whichever. That's fantastic. It's a must read, even the side issues as well, but mainly just the main series. And after that, I was hooked on Hope Summers. I thought she was a very interesting character, and I didn't read Uncanny X-Men at the time. I read it back in the day. It was what got me started on comics, that and New Mutants, but I haven't been reading it consistently lately. So I picked up The Birth of Generation Hope, which is the straight-up continuation from Second Coming, as Hope Summers, goes after the 5 lights, which are the 5 mutants that were born, the first 5 mutants born in a long time. So she has the ability to help them manifest their abilities and powers and control them and bring them out of them. So this is the beginning of that. So if you currently read Generation Hope, and I recommend everyone to do that. In fact, the first volume of Generation Hope did come out. I didn't pick it up because I have the singles, but that I definitely recommend you pick up Generation Hope on trade. Go pick that up. And you want to pick this up as well. It's something you should read before you read that, and that is Uncanny X-Men: The Birth of Generation Hope. Go pick it up. It's a great price. Okay, last for my Marvel. Now, there are a couple more volumes out there, but this is the first 2. And this is Young Avengers both sidekicks and family matters. Young Avengers, of course, has been out for a while. The good thing about that is there are plenty of brand new trades of Young Avengers out there. And for any of you that are currently reading the ongoing limited edition series, which is Avengers Children's Crusade, which directly is Young Avengers, you definitely want to pick these up. That is a great storyline. It's not over yet, but it's going fantastic. And it is one of the best limited runs to be put out by Marvel. Fantastic artwork and great storytelling, 5-star, absolutely. So for you to really get the most out of that, you need to go back and read these. Now, you don't probably need to read all of them. I would recommend you do, but you definitely need to pick up the first two. And that's Young Avengers Sidekicks and Young Avengers Family Matters. Go pick these up. You can get them for a great price, brand new online. Okay, that's up for my Marvels. Next up are my DC, and last up are my DC. And we'll start off with Superman and Batman. This is the second volume, and this is the retelling of the Supergirl. And this is fantastic. The artwork is by the late Michael Turner, and story is by Joseph Loeb, and it's really great artwork. It's Michael Turner at his best. For any Michael Turner fan, this is a must-get. For any Superman, Batman, and definitely Supergirl fans, this is a must-get. I would probably even recommend this in hardback. But if you don't get it or can't find it hardback, definitely pick it up in softback. It's a must-read and a must in your collection. Okay, now my last two are both also DC. Now, it's actually 4. Each has 2, but this is a series, of course, that's ending here with the whole relaunching of DC. This is Red Robin, Collision, and the Grail. These are the first 2 trades of Red Robin, and this Red Robin is a fantastic character. So obviously, this is Tim Drake. Anyone who's a Tim Drake fan or is interested in Tim Drake, this is an absolute must-get. You don't necessarily need to get this in hardback. I don't know if you can even find it in hardback, but you can definitely find it in softback, brand new, for a really good price. This is great storytelling, and it's good art. And Tim Drake is a fantastic character, and by reading these, you'll know why. I also recommend this ongoing series, even though it's ending here with the relaunching. Pick them up in maybe possible trades if they come out with trades of it, and definite singles if you can get them. Okay, and finally is Power Girl. Now, these are the first 2 trades of Power Girl. Power Girl, like Red Robin, is ending. And the very beginning, the first 2 trades, is really Power Girl at her best. Now, you can pick up the ongoing series as well. You could probably even pick these up in single form. They're not as hard to find as Red Robin, but I would say go for these particular issues. They're really well priced, and it's, like I said, Aliens and Apes, and before that, it's The New Beginning. Now, Justin Gray writes, and artwork is by Amanda Connor, and this team together is absolutely breathtaking with this particular character, Power Girl. The expressions of the characters' faces really draw you into the story. It's written just beautifully, and it's illustrated even more so. As you can see by the reviews, most people felt this was flawless comic storytelling, and I agree. For anyone who's interested in a great or even interesting both superhero or just comic in general, there's a lot of her as not Power Girl. Excuse me, I think it's a Supergirl. You get a lot of insights of who she is. She's, even when she's not Power Girl, she's a very successful businesswoman, and it shows a lot of her relationships away from her superhero persona. But at the same time, you get a lot of really fun action with with the type of villains they throw at her. It's just sometimes hilarious. This is definitely 5-star all the way. And if I was to recommend any of these more than anything else, I would probably recommend these two. So if you're only going to pick up maybe one or two that I suggested, definitely pick up this. And with that said, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.